Welcome back, guys, to another LATV Videos to Go. Today we have a special guest. Her name is Henao. She's very, very young, talented woman. Welcome, Henao. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for having me. It's such an amazing feeling to finally speak in English. I promise you, all my last interviews have been all in Spanish, so I struggle sometimes, like trying to mix in the Spanish and English. So it's awesome.
100%. Yeah, I'm there with you because I have to do some interviews in Spanish, some of other ones in English. And then sometimes you get all that jumble mumble where you're just like, what am I even speaking anymore? This isn't even anything. I'm going to end up being mute. So, Henao, tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your background. How did you end up in music? How did you discover this was your passion?
Well, it is a little bit of a long story, but I'll try to keep it short. I am Colombian-American. I've been doing music. I know. Hey! I'm actually in Medellin right now as we speak.
Nice.
And it's been really awesome, honestly. I've had such an amazing journey and experience. I fully started in music in 2016, and I'm telling you, it's just like everything kind of just fell into place the way it was supposed to happen at the perfect time. And I kind of started off doing like pop music, more like indie type stuff. And then somehow when I started releasing music, I started putting it out on SoundCloud. And then all of a sudden I started getting all these like DJs from Europe, from like Sweden and Holland. And they were just like, oh my God, I want to work with you. Let's do music. So then I started to kind of get into this like EDM world, right? And it was pretty cool because like I had my years where I was like into like the rave, and I would go to like all those parties and go hard. And it's so dope, like to see how you transition over. And like, I just kind of went into that world, wanted to see what would happen, what kind of doors would open for me. And then little by little, like I just started to kind of get back into my roots and like connect with my Colombian people out here. And then little by little, like I started doing some amazing collaborations, and now I'm really focused in the Latin market, doing some really amazing stuff with just like doing the bilingual and focusing on full Latin songs. And it's been amazing. It's such a beautiful journey. There's been a lot of ups and downs, but totally worth it. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing with us. I definitely see you as an indie girl, kind of like chill. But yes, I also love the EDM vibe, and that shows that you're very multifaceted. So you are very versatile. You can move into a lot of different directions, and whatever you do is good. Now, tell us a little bit about why you're trying to promote yourself. What is in store? Because I know, but I don't think our fans know.
Well, I think what people don't know yet is that the next singles that are going to come out are going to be full Spanish songs, which I'm so excited because this is like where I'm finally tapping into something completely different, that it's a little bit out of my comfort zone, if I'm completely honest. Especially working with a lot of like Latin producers and Latin songwriters, they definitely, it's a learning process. It's a learning curve. Like for me, as a writer, transitioning over from like what I'm used to writing in English to like now Latin tracks. And they're like, I'll put in my 2 cents and they'll be like, no, like, sorry, that's not cool. That sounds corny or cheesy. And I'm like, okay, I'm learning this slang. I'm learning, it's all a process. So it's really dope to see how like, you just kind of connect and vibe out with people and just kind of see where things kind of flow. Everything's kind of in fruition. So it's really dope to see how like people are going to react when I bring to the table these Latin tracks and they're just like no English involved. And I'm just really curious to see how people are going to react to it and some really cool stuff. The producer that I have on this next track, his name is Sac Passe. He's worked with Rihanna and some really amazing artists in LA. And I'm really excited to see how people are going to react to having a Haitian American producer and a Colombian American artist in a track together. It's just going to be so amazing. So I'm really, really excited to see how people are going to react to it.
That's very exciting. So you are Colombian-American. So that means, were you born in Colombia? Were you born here? Where did you grow up? Where's your life around?
So I'm originally from Houston, Texas. I'm a Southern girl all the way.
Southern Belle, definitely.
Yes, Southern Belle. Grew up around that environment. So yes, I am originally from Houston, Texas. And now officially I'm living in LA, which has been nice. I moved I'm super excited to be in LA too. It definitely helps me be very close to my team, work with them, and do some really amazing stuff. But my home is always going to be Texas, no matter what. Like all my friends are there. Everybody that I know that I grew up is from there. So, it's still my home.
And now tell us about your last video. Tell us about Control. Like, what inspired this song? What inspired the video? Where did you record it?
So it's a little bit of a story with this one. So we were originally working on the song for another artist. We were pitching it for labels. My friend Vic Lopez, like he used to be an A&R at one of the, I forgot which label exactly, but he used to be an A&R, and he kind of started building like these small little like, camps at the time. This was about 3 years ago. And he was like, Latin music is booming right now. Let's take advantage of this moment. So this was kind of like my very first Latin track I ever worked on. Had no experience prior, not even knowing what was about to come after that. And we were almost going to have him record the vocals, even if it was going to be pitched to a female artist. And they were like, no, let's let Henao do it. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, so I recorded the vocals, and I remember just like feeling that song in my soul. Like I was just felt so connected on another level that I was just like, I have to come back for this song. If this song does not get picked up by somebody, I'm coming back for it. And it was about 3 years. And little did I know I was going to merge into this Latin market, was going to start doing like Spanglish music and all this stuff. So I got to a point where I was like, I think it's the right time. I think I should go ask for the song and see what the team says, because I was kind of nervous because I was like, maybe they just wanted to stay with like, try to get it to a bigger artist. But luckily it all just kind of fell into place. It was the perfect timing. We all talked about it. They were all super supportive of it, and the song came to light. So it's really beautiful. Like the story behind the song, I think we all can relate to it in terms of like, being in a relationship, kind of losing sight of yourself in a situation. And I felt like I've already been through that, and I felt even more connected with the song because of that reason. You know what I mean? So it just kind of fell into place, and I'm really happy that it worked out the way it did. And I'm happy to now see it, that it's out in the world and not sitting in a desktop somewhere or like in people's emails and whatnot, like it's just awesome to see it come out now.
Beautiful. And honestly, I think that you do a beautiful job with it. I think it was probably meant to be yours because the song is great. You do really good with it. It sounds beautiful. So congratulations that you got it. Congratulations that you did such a good job with it. And now it's a hit. So I love it. Now I want to get to know a little bit more about you as a person than just work, And so I wanted to maybe ask you just a couple questions, nothing too personal, but maybe something more fun. So for example, if you were a fictional character, who would you be and why?
Well, I always wish I could be a mermaid. Like ever since I was a child, it's always been a thing. I guess because when I growing up, like watching The Little Mermaid, and like my parents would take us to the beach and stuff, I always had this fascination with like mermaids. So I don't know what it is about it, but if I could be anything, it would be like, if I can transform into something, I'd be a mermaid and I'd just be swimming in the ocean like forever and ever. Like if I could best describe that.
That's a good answer. I love that. Mermaids are just so magical and majestic. So I can definitely see you as a mermaid. If you could have any animal in the world as a pet, what would you have?
I have a very big fascination with leopards. I know it sounds crazy. Mind you, I would never want to keep one in captivity. I want them to run free and wild. But I have a fascination with leopard print, leopard anything. Literally, I have leopards like here somewhere. So,
oh, I see it. You're right.
Yeah, and I have like a little leopard in my necklace. Like I'm telling you, like it's like the animal that I'm fascinated
your
with.
Your spirit
like,
animal.
So beautiful. Yeah,
you're probably a leopard in your past life, definitely.
Who knows? Like rawr.
Yes, very raw. And now before we go, let us know, where can we find you on social media, on your platforms? Where can we see more of you?
You guys can find me on all digital platforms of music, from Spotify to Deezer, Tidal. I mean, I can go on with this crazy list of all these digital platforms as Henao, Henao. And you guys can find me on Instagram. It's _Henao_. And I hope you guys enjoy everything that I have for you guys and what is yet to come. So stay tuned.
Thank you so much, Henao, for joining us today. It's been our pleasure having you here as our guest, and we can't wait to hear and see Me Quedé and to hear much more of what you have to bring us. I hope that you continue to make great things with music. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you. Bye, guys, and thank you, everyone.